What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Awesomoto vlog. Today we're going to be doing something pretty exciting. We're going to be installing the Tinybot 6D carbon fiber wrap to the hood of the GX470. I stumbled across this new vinyl from Tinybot. It is what they're calling 6D carbon fiber wrap, and what's crazy about this is it looks so close to capturing that depth in the weave pattern of carbon fiber that it looks real. And so I thought it looked awesome, and at the end of the day, if I don't like it and it looks dumb, we can peel it off, and that's the great part. But really, I had some blemishes on the hood, and thought it'd be pretty cool to try out some wrapping again, because if this is successful and it isn't that painful to do, I may take on the challenge of wrapping the entire GX. So before we dive into it, I want to just announce again, if you didn't catch in the last video, the GX470 toolkit MOLLE panels are available for pre-order. Those are going to be shipped out this coming Saturday, December 14th. So very excited to announce that. A bunch of you have already snagged ones for yourself. So there's still more in stock. If you're interested in getting one of those, jump on those soon, because they're going to be shipping by the 14th. Before I even got the pre-orders announced, I saw people had just discovered it naturally. So props on some of you guys for staying close in tune. You're able to snag a panel before they sold out. So if you're interested in those, go over to awesomoto.tv/shop and pick up one for your GX. All right, so let's get into the install of this wrap. I'm gonna do some prep work before we get the wrap out, because I want to make sure we have clean surfaces everywhere. So I want to make sure we just have the GX hood completely degreased and cleaned. And I'm going to take out this grill. I've already taken out the ditch light brackets and the ditch lights themselves, because those were going to be interfering with some of my mobility up there near the top corners of the hood. Other than that, the main thing you want to do is just, I'm going to use this bottle of, I tend to just pre-dilute Simple Green in a spray bottle. Simple Green is just an awesome degreaser. So I'm going to coat the hood in Simple Green, clean that off, pop the hood a little bit too, because I want to clean all up around the edges underneath, because some of that vinyl needs to tuck up under, and you don't want any dirt getting up under the wrap and getting air in there. That'll just deteriorate things. All right, well, let's get started with that. Clean this surface, and then we'll start off with our wrap. Actually, one of the things I should probably just talk about, if you saw the last video, there was a couple people who made me aware. I thought the Cardone power steering reservoir was a reputable one, because I saw a lot of people in GX4 talking about it. But according to you guys, or at least some of you guys, you've had bad experience with it. I have not had any leaks yet. Obviously, it's only been about a week. So definitely got to keep an eye on this. But what a lot of people are saying and talking about is where these fittings match to the tank, this is glued and it's not one piece. So people are saying that this glue or this seal just kind of fails. So when this glue fails or it cracks, then they have issues with leaks. And so a lot of people are saying just clean your OEM one. Just as a preventative thing, I'm going to keep this off to the side in case. I'll do a follow-up and let you know if I had any issues with leaks here, but so far I haven't had any leaks. And my biggest concern is I think that people are using a lot of force to put these hoses on, because they are hard to get on. And if you follow what I did in the video, using power steering fluid, or ATF, which was used here, that transmission fluid created a lubricant to put those hoses on. And so if you're just putting those on dry, that's going to be so hard, and you're going to have to squeeze and mash those things on. And that's probably where people are getting this fitting to fail, because they're just mashing it on and breaking things. All right, so I am by no means an expert at doing vinyl wrapping. It may be tricky, and this video could be a complete failure, but I have watched a ton of videos from CK Wraps, who is actually the guy who I found out about this vinyl from. So CK Wraps, awesome dude, really good vinyl wrap guy, and he does a lot of really good tips teaching you how to do this process. So I'm basically gonna follow suit with him and how he wraps a hood. So really, you want to anchor to the hood center and work left to right, and you want to pull the vinyl with a nice amount of tension, but you don't want to stretch it, especially with the carbon fiber vinyl. This is going to be something that you don't want to distort that pattern and get all sorts of weird distortions in the vinyl wrap weave. So you want to keep some good tension, and you can stretch it a little bit, but you don't want to go pulling so hard that you're spreading out that weave and making a really weird uneven finish. This is a 5 foot by 6 foot piece, so I think this is actually just gonna one piece be perfect. We won't even need to cut. I'll put links below for this vinyl wrap I got from Tinybot so that you guys can get this for your GX if you're interested. All right, I think it's time to get started and finally reveal what this vinyl wrap looks like. All right, so this looks absolutely crazy. I don't know how well you can see this. It'll probably look better once it's on the hood, but holy crap. The depth on this is insane. Absolutely insane. So, definitely excited for this. Wow, okay. All right, so I raised the tripod up. Should have had it up higher to begin with. Got everything laid out here. Got a little magnet holding it over in that corner. But it's looking good. I think I'm ready to start peeling this backer off here. And so what I'm going to do is start in this passenger corner over here. So get that basically tucked up in underneath, and I'm just going to up underneath. Alrighty. So now the fun starts. As you see, it looks pretty bad. There's just wrinkles all over the place, but don't stress out about that because we will be doing what they're calling glass pulling or pulling glass. And what you do is you get up under here and you pull up the vinyl, and you want to basically get that hood center stretched out from about the center point to here. I'm gonna pull up, get some air under there and give some tension and try to get this to lay down, and almost, that's why they call it pulling glass. It looks like a sheet of glass, and then you just try to get that laid down as smooth as you can and get some of these wrinkles out that way. So get started with that. I think I'm gonna go through to make life a little bit easier is I'm gonna cut off into this corner just a little bit because it's sticking pretty hard here around the front. It's making life rather difficult. Oh, no, I just ripped it. I just ripped it. Wow, guys, I just ripped that vinyl over there, so definitely don't cut this the way I did because I just deteriorated the quality of the vinyl over here and caused a big rip. So I'm gonna see if I can still work this surface and do this, but I may have to do this entirely over again. This is up there on one of the most painful and annoying things I have ever done. This is not easy. The wrap videos make it look so doable, but good God, is this ever hard. So I've got close to something tolerable on this front driver's side of the vehicle. There's definitely some blemishes, but it's looking better. Trimming all that out there where the grill was supposed to go, or where the grill is supposed to go. I'm going to heat this up and kind of blend these edges. All right, so I'm going to go through with heat and hit it all around the edges to bond it. This is definitely a 10-footer. There's a reason why these vinyl shops charge what they do, because it is definitely tricky. I have some issues. You can see there's some air bubbles in there that I've been able to get some of these to go down, but God, I just did a pretty bad job. There's one here. And then the reason I went fast and didn't really care about all this stuff is because here's the tear that I did. So this whole area of the hood is just botched, and you can still see though the texture of this carbon fiber weave looks incredible. Let me go over here. This driver's side is actually really clean and looks good. So I may rock this a little bit longer just to see how it holds up. Other than the rip that's in here, everything else is basically applied as you typically should. So this video was kind of a failure. Hopefully it was humorous for you to see me fail, and also a little bit of an eye-opener as to how challenging this really is. I'm just going to go ahead and assemble this and rock this for at least a month, and I'm just going to test the durability of the wrap itself. Other than that tear over there, I just want to see how these edges feel, how it does in the sun, and if it does well, I think what I'll do is I'll probably redo this again. It's almost golden hour, so I'm gonna go take this lens out, swap this in on the camera, and get some quality shots of this from 10 feet away so you don't see all of the imperfections over on this side. I thought it would be pretty humorous to do a little bit of a B-roll and maybe even highlight some of the garbage that is truly over here so you can see that a little bit better. So let's throw this grill back on and let's go do a shoot. Alright, well that about does it for today's vlog. I must say that from 10 feet away it actually doesn't look too bad, but when you get up close it looks absolutely atrocious. So, lesson learned, do not wrap a hood with premium expensive vinyl without practicing with some cheap stuff. So that's definitely my bad. Because I'm mad at myself, so mad at myself for doing this, I'm actually going to force myself to rock this for at least a month to just test the quality of the vinyl out and see, you know, do any areas pull up weird, just to see if there's any other lessons learned that I can get out of this before I rip this off and redo it. So I hope that some of you watching this will see this and understand that not everything I do goes according to plan, and also that don't get discouraged whenever you go to try to do something or be afraid to try something that you want to do to your vehicle, because at the end of the day, yes, I lost some money on this. Could have saved some by getting cheaper vinyl, but I definitely learned something, and I encourage all of you, if you're doing stuff in the garage or you want to do stuff in the garage, just get out there and do it. Worst case scenario, especially with maintenance stuff, worst case scenario, you can always, you know, call a friend or call a mechanic to address some of the things that you thought you could do yourself but you couldn't. But there's no shame in failure, and also just trying it out. You never know what's going to happen. You may surprise yourself, and some of these DIY maintenance things you will be able to do yourself. So hopefully this vlog being a failure is something that you guys get to see and get a little bit better understanding that not everything is going according to plan, and it will be that way, and it's frustrating, but just gotta stay positive and come up with a solution for how to fix it. So I personally can tell it will look really good once it's wrapped properly, but I'd also really like to know your opinion on this and what you think. This Tinybot 6D carbon fiber wrap looks incredible. Definitely a fan of that, so let me know what you think. Very curious to see people's opinions on this wrap itself. If you're new to the Awesomoto channel and you're wondering what this is all about, I do mostly GX470 maintenance and modification videos, motorcycle stuff, and also occasionally some BMW M4 videos. If you're interested in that type of content, hit the subscribe button down below to get notified every time I upload new videos. Lastly, as a reminder, the toolkit MOLLE panels are live over at awesomoto.tv/shop. You can pick up yourself one of those toolkit MOLLE panels for your GX470 And if you don't already have the other GX470 Molly panel for that net cargo area, you can pick up one of those as well, so you have a full matching tailgate. I'm gonna end things here. Excited for, I think, 1 or 2 more vlogs here before Christmas. So until next time, I thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.